So, you've reached the pinnacle. You've mastered the economics of owning a bank, you've secured your offshore oil rig, and your private military company is currently maintaining stability in a region that most people can't find on a map. You have more liquidity than some small nations and more influence than most politicians. But one morning you wake up and realize you have a problem that even your casino profits can't solve. You are mortal. You've noticed that the local hospital, while perfectly fine for the common billionaire, has a distinct lack of fret linens. The waiting room smells of antiseptic rather than oud wood. And most offensively, the surgeon scheduled for your procedure also has 3 other patients on the schedule. You don't want a healthcare provider. You want a cathedral of longevity. You want a facility where the mortality rate is viewed as a personal insult to the board of directors. Welcome to the world of the luxury super hospital. This is the ultimate billionaire problem. Building a 5-star hotel that doubles as a surgical suite, where you spend hundreds of millions of dollars to ensure that you and perhaps 12 of your closest friends live to be 120. As we like to say here, we're going to teach you how to lose 9 figures with dignity. In our previous explorations, whether it was a McDonald's franchise or a cemetery, the entry costs were high, but the infrastructure was straightforward. A super hospital is different. You are building one of the most complex structures on Earth. First, there is the real estate. You aren't building this in a suburban office park. You need to be in the heart of a global city, London, Zurich, or Manhattan. You are competing for square footage with hedge funds and luxury boutiques. Then there is the hardening. Unlike a normal building, parts of the hospital require specialized construction to safely house advanced medical equipment and protect patients and staff. You are essentially building a highly engineered medical facility inside what feels like a 5-star hotel. Before you've even hired a single nurse or bought a box of surgical masks, you are already hundreds of millions of dollars into the project. You haven't cured a single sneeze, and you are already hemorrhaging capital. Now that is how you start a project with dignity. In the economics of a private military company, your primary cost is specialized labor. In a super hospital, you aren't just hiring doctors, you are hiring medical rock stars. Your goal is to have the world's leading specialist in every niche field, from neuro-oncology to regenerative medicine, available around the clock. But these people are already leading departments at the world's top medical institutions. To attract them, you aren't just offering a salary, you are offering an entire ecosystem. You are paying elite surgeons extraordinary compensations simply to ensure they are available when needed. You are building private research laboratories that would make universities jealous. You are funding cutting-edge research and creating an environment where the world's best physicians actually want to stay. Your payroll alone would bankrupt a mid-sized casino, but you don't care. You aren't buying efficiency. You are buying exclusivity. This is where the logistical nightmare truly begins. You are trying to merge 2 industries that naturally oppose each other: luxury, hospitality, and clinical medicine. In a luxury hotel, the goal is sensory indulgence. Soft lighting, plush carpets, handcrafted furniture, and rich fabrics. In a hospital, the goal is infection control. Every surface must withstand constant disinfection while meeting strict medical standards. Your challenge is making a sterile environment feel like an ultra-luxury resort. You are spending 6 figures per room on custom-engineered furniture that looks like handcrafted Italian walnut but is actually made from advanced medical-grade materials. Then there is the food. Your patients don't want hospital meals, they expect fine dining. But they may also require carefully controlled therapeutic diets. You end up hiring Michelin-starred chefs to collaborate with clinical dietitians in order to produce meals that satisfy both medicine and luxury. You are effectively operating a world-class restaurant with almost no profit margin, and the world's most demanding customers. Technology never stops moving. To maintain your reputation as the world's premier super hospital, you constantly invest in the newest imaging systems, robotic surgical platforms, genomic laboratories, and diagnostic technologies. Each major system costs millions of dollars. Then, only a few years later, another generation arrives that is faster, smarter, and slightly more accurate. You are trapped on a technological treadmill that never slows down. Every upgrade costs another fortune, all so your scans are marginally sharper than the hospital across town. It is a race without a finish line. So how do you pay for all of this? Unlike a McDonald's franchise, you aren't serving millions of customers. You might only have a handful of luxury suites. Traditional billing doesn't cover concierge medicine, personalized staffing, or hotel-level hospitality. Instead, you sell access. Wealthy families pay enormous annual membership fees for guaranteed availability, executive health programs, priority specialists, and immediate admission whenever they need care. You become less like a hospital and more like an exclusive private club whose primary purpose is helping its members stay healthy for as long as possible. Even then, the economics remain unforgiving. The cost of maintaining elite staff, advanced technology, research programs, and 24-hour readiness often rivals or exceeds the revenue generated. Breaking even becomes an achievement, so why build it? Because for the world's wealthiest people, a super hospital is not merely a business, it is a legacy. When you own the hospital, you aren't simply investing in healthcare. You are investing in time. You become associated with medical breakthroughs, groundbreaking research, and the care of people whose decisions shape industries and governments. Your reputation shifts from financier to benefactor. The owner of the bank may command respect. The owner of the hospital earns something different: trust. Yes, you will lose money. Yes, managing world-class physicians, researchers, engineers, hospitality teams, and cutting-edge technology will become a full-time challenge. And yes, your annual losses will become legendary among people who measure wealth in billions. But as you walk through quiet corridors lined with art, past advanced imaging suites, surgical theaters, and research laboratories searching for the next breakthrough in medicine, you realize something. You didn't simply build a hospital. You built the world's most expensive insurance policy. You spent a fortune buying yourself access to the finest medical talent, the most advanced technology, and perhaps a little more time. And that, after all, is how you lose 9 figures with dignity.